So I'm here on the Indonesian island of Sulawesi, and right in front of me here is the nest of the endemic megapod called the Maleo or Maleo. And what these birds will do is come to these open gravel plains, make a nest about a meter and a half right into the ground where it's nice and warm, lay their eggs, cover it up and move away. The eggs will then hatch and the chicks go about their business. And if you get to these sites early in the morning, you're able to see a whole bunch of Maleo, generally in large numbers, all busy digging and go about their antics, displaying with one another, and are really getting into the vibe to lay their eggs. Truly, truly incredible. And it's all around here, this massive, massive gravel plain. And yeah, incredible to think that just this morning there was a Maleo busy digging for a nest right in front of me. Awesome. The large island of Sulawesi is situated in the middle of Indonesia and is home to a diverse array of cultures, wildlife, and of course a large amount of birds to be found nowhere else in the world but here, making Sulawesi a top priority for most international birders and their to visit lists. One of these highly sought after birds is called the Maleo, a highly secretive and critically endangered megapode which spends most of its time foraging in the undergrowth of the island's dense forests. I'm here to track down and see for myself these gorgeous birds and their remarkable nesting antics, and will do so on this, a gorgeous sailboat called the Ombak Putih. Let's go get him. One thing about birding in the tropics and along the equator is the intense heat and humidity. Look at this. The sweat is pouring off of me. My calves are on fire more than they've ever been on leg day in the Iron Paradise. And oh yeah, what awesome birding. All worth the sweat, blood, and incredibly painful feet. Not sure why I decided to do this in sand. Sulawesi isn't just home to incredible birds. Behind me here is an absolutely enormous colony of flying foxes. These guys are large fruit eaters, incredibly gregarious, meaning that they'll roost together in their thousands. And as you can hear behind me, they're very, very, very noisy. Now these guys, about 3 species in this particular roost, and they come here during the day onto this isolated little island, roost together. Some of them have pups as well, and they'll wait here until dusk, and then they'll fly over in a spectacular scene across to mainland Sulawesi, where they'll find the nearest fruit tree and go about their business for the evening. It's always been one of my dreams to see a massive colony like this, and it didn't disappoint. Well, as gorgeous as these flying foxes are, we've got a Maleo to find, and unfortunately that's not going to be on this island. So off we head back to mainland Sulawesi. So we're here on the east coast of Sulawesi on a gorgeous, gorgeous beach. And just inside here is an old research center for the Maleo bird. And in front of this research center is gravel plains which are now unfortunately overgrown because the center has been abandoned due to mining. And it's really, really unfortunate because, I mean, these plains are now covered in grass where the Maleo used to be. But we're going to try see, because it is rumored that there may still be 1 or 2 pairs of Maleo that come down and try their luck at breeding. So we're going to try our luck at seeing them, and it's hit or miss, but let's have a look anyway. We've just walked in off the beach, and unbeknown to us, there was actually a pair of Maleo working and digging, getting all frisky behind us in the small remnant part of what was this massive breeding ground of the Maleo here at this research center. And as you can see behind me here, there is pretty much great evidence that these birds are hanging around. And they are such secretive animals, but gorgeous, truly gorgeous. Typical megapode type structure, almost like a scrub fowl for those of you who are familiar with Australian and Indonesian birds. And oh, they're absolutely gorgeous. And we came in off the beach, and as quiet as we were, these birds were just far too sensitive for us. and immediately picked up on our presence, probably before we even came in off the ocean. And we came in off, and next minute this thing just takes flight and moves off in the forest. Now he's probably landed sort of mid-level, yeah, up into the tree canopy, and he'll sit there and wait it out until we've moved off, and potentially come down either today or maybe even just come down tomorrow again, and probably with his partner, either to lay their eggs or carry on digging their meter to a meter and a half burrows down into this warm soil. Awesome. So it's time for us to make our way further along the coast of Sulawesi, the east coast of Sulawesi. Oh, I nearly lost my foot there. And we're going to head up to a research center which has dozens of known breeding pairs of Maleo. And some mornings they're there, others they aren't. We're hoping that when we get there, there's going to be a few busy throwing a cheeky little party for us. Let's go get them. Finally, the morning had come. We had been granted permission to visit a Maleo research center, which served as somewhat of a refuge for these elusive megapodes. This was it, our first real shot of a re-sighting of these gorgeous birds after our brief sighting a few days before. Nestled in the coastal forest, we navigated our way through a forest path and to a wooden blind that had been erected in front of a large open patch of sand. Peering through the smallest of holes and trying our best to be as quiet as possible, what lay before our eyes was a sight that knocked our breath away. Maleos, and a lot of them.